Yeah, the criteria are important.
What's the criteria?
Yeah, because how do you know?
Well, you got to know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Are we just talking about this, or are we actually talking about this?
That's $1.
That's not.
That's not $1?
That's just a thing I say.
Okay.
No, you're right. You're right. It's $1.
What's the criteria of that? How strict are we going to be?
I mean, I
with
think
that,
if you
know?
call it, it's like calling fouls
right.
on the court. Like if
Yeah.
you call it, you just go like, all right, I didn't see it that way, but I guess you called it. So.
I got that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's
Yeah.
good. I like that. Calling
Yeah.
a foul in the court. I
Yeah.
like that. Okay. Good. Well, the criteria for this episode, though, by the way, welcome everyone.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Welcome
to Confidentially Speaking.
Confidently speaking.
As we're known on Blue Sky around the world.
A better way to develop the criteria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the criteria we're dealing with today, we're talking about movies like L.A. movies, other L.A. movies.
L.A. confidential L.A. movies.
Ones that we like and ones that we have like a connection to.
One that speak to us.
Speak to us. And also that they...
More importantly...
You sum it up because I'm going to do a poor job of it.
No,
if I
you were doing great.
I know, but I got
was saying,
gun shy
it's
there.
not just that L.A. is a character in the movie. You know how you hear that all the time?
Yes.
It's the criteria we were working with is like you couldn't tell this story outside of L.A. and have it be the same story.
Correct.
Right?
Right.
Yeah. So that's that. That's what we were looking at.
Yeah.
And there's because the industry was housed there for so long, there's all these incredible movies that like just have LA as like a big piece of that puzzle.
Exactly. And there are some movies that take place in LA. I'll give you an example of one that doesn't really meet the criteria.
I love this and we need it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Is Double Indemnity. Did you have any idea that Double Indemnity took place in L.A.?
No.
No, it could take place pretty much anywhere there's a train track and insurance. That's all you need. But it just happens to take place in L.A., So that's an example of one where it's not endemic to the story that we need L.A. to be part of it.
Right.
So
that
one does not make the cut, even though it does take place in Los Angeles.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. That's a great example.
Thank you.
Yeah. Los Angeles if it's just the backdrop we're not talking about that.
Exactly.
We're talking about characters in like the thing.
Right.
Making up of the puzzle.
And these are going to be each of us. We picked 5 that we really like.
Yep.
You could say top 5, I guess, if you're that kind of person, you have to have that kind of thing.
So inclined.
But it's just 5.
It's just 5.
I mean? Just 5 for fun.
Yeah.
It's just for fun. All right. Do you want to go first?
Top 5.
Give me one.
I'm going top 5.
Johnny 5.
No, in no particular order, right?
Yeah, in any
I'm not
order
going like this is like my favorite of these.
We're not ranking them or anything like that. We're just going to give you 5, and maybe you've seen these movies, maybe you haven't. We'd love to hear your thoughts about them too as we go.
Okay, first of all, I went from a brand new iPad, a phone, and a laptop to some Post-it notes.
And a glass of water.
A glass of water and a broken pen. So the day has gone well here. We're doing great.
Yeah, this is the 3rd, by the way, of our episodes we're recording today. So if we sound tired or whatever, that's what's happening.
Drunk.
Yeah.
And I note that on my list of the top 5 LA movies, I have listed 6 movies. So I'm doing great. Doing great.
Perfect.
One of those I'm going to have to work out as an honorable mention.
That's good. That's why you're going first.
That's
so
right.
You can get one out of the way.
So I'm going to start with this movie. I think this is prisoner of the moment shit for Matt, but I have been watching this movie a lot, going back to it, considering it as an LA movie. Like I really that has been part of what it is.
Okay.
And I'm talking about the movie Heat.
Oh, Heat. There you go.
Yeah. Right. I mean, that's an LA fucking movie.
Yes, it is.
Right.
Michael Mann.
Like just loves making love to the cities he's shooting in. And that movie is just it's LA.
He likes making LA movies too.
He does.
What's the Collateral? Was another LA
just that
one
Miami Vice movie he had to go shoot in Miami. But the other ones, yeah.
The Collateral's an LA movie.
Collateral's an LA
right?
movie and a good one. And almost made my list.
Okay.
I just don't like it quite as much as Heat.
Heat, yeah. I mean, and yeah, he definitely does have the LA thing. And there's a thing about LA movies a lot of times that there's this idea of like the corruption of LA
Right.
seeps into the people or into the world or whatever. The people,
Right.
adapt to the seediness or whatever corruption of LA. There's that kind of stuff. Do you find that in Heat? Do you see that kind of thing happening?
Totally.
Okay.
Totally.
Tell me how.
I mean, it's all about the bad people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just all, but it's about the best of the bad people, like the really good people at being bad people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so the corruption is there, like the city as a place where crime is inevitable is like that runs through that movie. Like everyone you meet is a criminal,
right?
Like even the cops kind of act like criminals, right?
Right.
You know,
right.
You wasting my fucking time. Like the whole thing is like they're all bad guys. There's all like the city has had this effect on them, and it's a hustle, right? LA's a hustle. Like good guys and bad guys is a fucking hustle, and
right.
Like,
and you're changing alliances, like willy nilly kind of, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like that, and then also there are these fucking iconic shots of like things that you only see in LA all over that movie. And it just, it continues to resonate as a very LA-centric movie to me.
Wraps up at LAX.
Does wrap up at LAX.
Out on the runway, and all that stuff.
Yeah, and tons of references throughout the movies about where they are in LA and, like recognizable things. And it's just, it's an LA movie, and it's one of my favorites.
Good one.
Yeah.
That's a good start.
Thanks, buddy.
Start us off with a bang.
Yeah, with a bunch of bangs.
Yeah, for sure.
Gunfighting in that movie.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, that bank robbery sequence is legendary.
It is.
Yeah.
It's great.
Realism.
And it's great.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to start us off with you're not going to be surprised, with an older film.
Yeah.
I think the oldest one on my list, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
Going back into the archives.
Oldie but a goodie.
Yeah. And this is, I was talking about Double Indemnity, which is a Billy Wilder film, but I've chosen a different Billy Wilder LA film for this list.
Okay.
Which is Sunset Boulevard. A classic about a young screenwriter.
Yeah, you're going to have to give me the whole rundown. Okay. Never saw it.
Oh, never saw it. Oh
never
my gosh, such a good movie. You got to check it out.
All right.
But a young screenwriter, Joe Gillis, who is jaded with the whole Hollywood thing, finds himself in debt, and some guys are coming to like repossess his car, and so he's being on the run from these guys, and he decides to hide his car in an old garage on Sunset Boulevard. He just pulls into what looks like an old abandoned mansion.
Yeah.
Pulls in, puts his car in the garage to hide out from these guys who are chasing him.
Right.
And he finds that the garage is not empty. He puts his car in, but there's another car in there, this old-fashioned jalopy,
right,
real fancy, and that the mansion is also not abandoned. Someone actually lives there. It's an old silent movie star, who has faded from memory because talkies have come into existence.
Gotcha.
And she's just kind of existing there in this old, dilapidated mansion with her weird butler named Max, who takes care of her. And my name is Max.
Sweet. I
take care of her.
Okay.
Because when they met, it was Moira. But it's a great movie.
Heart to heart.
Yeah, that's right. Heart to heart. That's very good.
Nice.
But it's a great movie. I definitely highly recommend it. It's a classic.
Okay.
And it's super entertaining, really well done. Has the famous line, I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Tons of really iconic stuff in that movie. In fact, the actual Cecil B. DeMille plays himself in the movie.
What?
Yeah, that's how much like L.A. is in it.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the prize-winning LA movie. It sounds like.
I don't know about that, but it's a fantastic movie, and it could only take place in LA.
Right.
There's lots of LA, it's about the movies and all that kind of stuff, and that's part of the reason.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like I said, it's got the actual Cecil B. DeMille.
That's
playing
crazy.
Cecil B. DeMille, which is really cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So it's a really good movie. So I highly recommend it.
Whoa. Well, thanks, buddy.
Yeah, of course.
That's it.
That's the one. It's the first one.
That's
of 5. It's the one that I chose to say first.
Okay. That's a good one.
Good.
Are you going chronologically from old to new?
No.
You just happen to start with the old one.
Yeah.
I mean, you do like to theme a list.
Well, yeah, I would do that, but I haven't at all.
Okay.
Didn't prepare that much.
All right, I'm up.
Go for it.
Well, I'm gonna go into this movie that is maybe one of my all-time favorites.
Ooh.
Just in general.
Okay.
Pulp Fiction.
Oh, that's a great one.
Is like it's a quintessential LA movie.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
It's I don't know what to say about it other than there's like it just feels like LA problems are in that movie. There's that whole like that diner vibe with the old Hollywood is part of it, because Quentin is so infatuated with old Hollywood. It just has a real LA vibe the whole time.
The
soundtrack, sure.
The sunshine and everything. Like the whole thing is like, except for the night scene where John Travolta goes out with Uma Thurman.
Sure.
The rest of it pretty much takes place in beautiful, sunny LA.
It sure does.
Tons of sunshine. I think of sunshine in that movie. Against that backdrop, against all the sorts of crazy violence and shit that goes on.
Yeah.
Sounds very LA.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And they're in LA cars and they're in LA buildings and it all feels very LA.
And it's really about the seedy underbelly of LA.
Totally.
The opposite side of the glamour and the fashion.
Totally.
And the bright lights and everything. It's
Yep.
all the other weird stuff.
Yep.
That you see when you're driving down La Cienega, or whatever in LA, you see these weird places. Like, what is that? You know what I mean?
Right.
But you never investigate them.
Right.
Because in the basement, there are two guys tied up down there with, ball gags in their mouths.
Yeah.
Or whatever. You know, so, I love that.
The gimp is down there, buddy. Don't go down there.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it's horrifying.
Yeah.
That shit is horrifying.
The nightclub that exists where they, where Bruce Willis's character is discovered. The first time we see him is in that nightclub or whatever it is, where the bar and everything.
Right.
That's just a great image in there. And
it is
everything.
great.
Yeah, I love it.
It is great.
That's a good one.
It is.
And we know Quentin Tarantino loves LA.
He sure does.
And the movie stuff, because he also did another big LA movie, Once Upon a Time. Was that on your list also?
It's also on my list.
Oh,
yeah.
I blew it.
Yeah.
I blew it.
No,
Well,
you
tell
didn't
us
blow
about
it.
that
No,
one.
it's just that's 100%. That's just it's what Quentin does. And so Pulp Fiction has it in an era that was like contemporary for us at the time.
Yep.
And then there's this old Hollywood that he's also infatuated with, and it's all over Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And I also love that movie.
Yeah.
I think it's a great movie. And it's so very LA.
It is. That one is even more
Right?
LA.
It's more than Pulp Fiction, for sure. For sure.
He sort of recreated the look and feel of that old 1960s LA.
Exactly.
With the neon and the cars and the signs and all that stuff is really really cool.
It's very Hollywood.
Yeah, super Hollywood.
Very Hollywood.
And our main characters in that are an actor and a stuntman.
And a stuntman.
Which is great.
For the actor, the coolest guy that ever lived was the stuntman for the actor.
Yeah.
I just love that movie.
Who just drives him around. He's
just drives him around
and protects him or whatever. Yeah.
Because he's the coolest guy ever.
Right.
He's the coolest guy ever.
Yeah, he has no ambition. He just wants to,
doesn't need it.
Just wants to feed his dog and drink beer and
that's it.
Be super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And guess what? He's doing it. It's happening.
The thing that depresses me the most about that movie is the scene where, Brad Pitt takes his shirt off and everyone in the audience, including the men, are like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And he's my age. Like he's the same age as me.
Oh, sure.
And it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
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 I mean, look at yourself.
I know. It's not fair.
I mean, for Christ's sakes, would you look at yourself?
I mean, even if I did work out every day for 8 hours like Brad Pitt probably does, I don't know if I ever get there.
You also get the sense that he doesn't.
In that movie, his character doesn't. He's just like
no, but I think even Brad Pitt, I think he's just very genetically gifted and has worked at it also for sure. But started with a really solid genetic base.
Probably, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's probably true.
Probably better than yours.
For sure, yeah.
He
had a big head start.
His finish line was much closer than yours.
Yeah, that's fair. I get that. That's fair. Okay, good. All right, I'm going to go with another Hollywood movie.
No, I get that. Yeah, okay, Matt. I get it. Okay, you can stop now. That's good. I get it. Yeah, no, you're right.
right, I'm going to go with another Hollywood movie, but
Yeah.
taken from like a different sort of era, A, and
Okay.
B, from a different sort of weird perspective.
Love it.
From the Coen brothers,
Ooh.
I bring you Barton Fink. Yes.
Yes.
I love Barton Fink. One of
Such
my
a good call.
favorites. Oh, it's a
Such
great
a
movie.
good call.
It's about a playwright, a New York playwright, who is
This is very
lured to L.A.
Yes.
to work in the movie business,
It's
and
so
he
good.
becomes completely corrupted by the place. Even the room he's in is like melting from the heat in L.A. And his next door neighbor is a weird salesman. And
Who may be the devil.
maybe
We're
Satan.
not sure.
We're not really sure.
We're not really sure.
We don't really know. We have no idea what the ending means, but it is just such a good movie.
Oh, it's one of the best.
fantastic.
One
It
of the
really
best.
is. It's a great movie.
I love it. And
John Turturro.
when
yeah.
you said Coen Brothers, my mind went in, and then I was mouthing along with you.
You
I
were,
was like,
too.
"What
Yeah.
Oh, it's so exciting. It's
There's
such a good call.
Another really good Coen Brothers LA movie, but I don't want to spoil it because you might have it on your list.
Oh, okay.
But I'll skip
Oh,
that
there
right now.
isn't. It's not on my list, but
I'm
it's,
a little
okay.
surprised.
Okay.
Little surprised by that. Just a little bit surprised.
Wait till you get to the ones that are.
Maybe you'd like to add it to your list.
I guess I would now.
Okay. All right. You got another one?
I do.
Good.
I do have another one. Yeah. Okay. Nightcrawler.
Oh yeah, Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler.
Yeah. I know you're a big fan of this. I like this movie too. It's good.
Big fan.
Yeah, it's good.
Went through a phase of watching this movie like weekly for, I don't know, 3 or 4 months.
Wow, you must have been really depressed.
We did do it. But yeah, I just there's something about that performance.
Yeah, Gyllenhaal is fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Like it's unlike any performance I've ever seen. And there's there's been Travis Bickles and shit, but like there's something different about this one. And it's really good, and I feel like it goes deeper into the psyche than a lot of performances typically do.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much going on, but like very little on the surface.
Yeah,
Really good. And he's just like, he's documenting LA tragedies throughout the movie, right? So
Right.
it has this LA thing going on. And they do seem like car accidents that would happen in LA, and like it's a great backdrop to this creep show of a man who's like devolving into madness
Yeah, and it's sort of
and
the
cruelty.
yes, and it's sort of the lure of the glamour, the television.
Yeah, thank you.
The
Yes.
lure of television
Great
and
point.
being famous and having your stuff on TV.
Right.
It's very LA that
It's
sort
so
of corrupts
LA
him
yes.
throughout the whole movie.
Yep.
Yeah, so I love that.
that's great.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's exactly right. You nailed it.
All right, good.
Yeah.
My next one is a fun one. Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
From a director I know you love, Robert Zemeckis.
I do love Zemeckis.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Oh, very LA.
Yes.
Very LA.
Little Toontown thrown in
Little
there.
Toontown, yeah.
But I think of Toontown as being analogous to
Yes,
Los Angeles.
100%.
It's sort of a fun, play on what LA is.
100%.
It's a crazy, cartoony kind of place where
Yep.
people have weird dimensions, like there's women with insanely large breasts, and just how did that get there? And there's just all kinds of crazy shit going on.
Yep.
But I love Roger Rabbit. It's a great movie. What's his name? Bob Hoskins is like insanely good.
I mean,
How he did that with nothing.
there's no other way to say it other than he was great. He was just genius.
Just did it out of nothing.
I
Just
know.
green screen, just nothing. And he's just doing it.
doing it.
He did have, what's his name? The guy who plays the voice of Roger Rabbit, Charles Fleischer. Did you know this did get like dressed up as Roger Rabbit and stood on the set
I did not know that.
in costume
Okay.
saying his lines?
I mean,
yeah, which is fun.
that's a professional.
Yeah, right?
That's the way to be.
Exactly.
You know?
I love that story.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you need to be in the Roger Rabbit costume, but I love it anyway because that has been really fun,
Yeah.
Show up every morning, get dressed up like a big rabbit. That'd be great.
Put it on.
Why not,
Put
right?
it on.
Yeah.
Stand there.
Exactly.
Do the get over there. Do it.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the way to do it. If you're giving a guy nothing else, At least give them that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's full of like cartoon celebrities, which I think is also fun too. 'Cause
Yeah.
you get Mickey Mouse and Bugs Bunny and all the
All of
the
those.
cartoons, Droopy Dog and all the they're celebrities, you know.
Come on, do it. Do the droopy tip.
That's not sanitary, you know.
Here it is.
Thank you.
I've always done a good droopy dog.
Thanks, Zumbo.
You're welcome, droopy.
Okay.
How have you been?
Oh, I'm pretty happy.
I mean, for a droopy dog, you're going to take that.
This is fine.
That's how I feel, Droops.
Yeah,
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great movie. I love Roger Rabbit.
Yeah. No,
I need to rewatch that because I haven't seen it for a while.
I haven't seen it in a while either.
Yeah.
I wonder if it holds up.
And a huge technical achievement.
I mean,
amazing. At the time,
you
that
kidding?
was amazing. It's amazing.
I got one left. Is that true? Is that possible?
Maybe.
Little Lebowski.
Oh, because we did back and forth. I did
a double dip.
The two
Because I did the two
Tarantinos.
Tarantinos.
Yeah.
The two Tarantinos.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Oh, that's great.
Nice. Yeah, I
it's like
that.
the two Jakes, only more interesting. The two Tarantinos.
Yeah, that's good. I love it.
Pick your
dancing.
Pick your Tarantino character from a movie and then put them together.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Two Tarantinos dancing a tarantella. How about that?
With Telly Savalas.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So the last one on my list is a movie that has come up in our discourse recently, Nice Guys.
Oh, The Nice Guys. Yeah,
It's an
yeah.
incredibly LA movie. It's about like the sort of has this porn scene underbelly, this LA porn scene underbelly. It's throughout the movie. It's about making movies in many ways. That film. It's fucking hysterical.
Yeah,
it is like it has like some of the most classic comedy bits. Like Ryan Gosling is doing a Lou Costello impression at one point. Like. Straight up. I don't know if you've seen this film.
I have seen it. Yeah.
You have, yeah.
I don't remember much about it, I have to say. But,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah. No, there's literally a moment. I mean, it's so old school comedy Hollywood, like in every sense of the word. Some of the gags are just like that gag,
Right,
you know?
right.
But there's one moment where Ryan Gosling is like, and he's doing the thing. He's doing the Lou Costello gesturing and the whole deal. And it's great.
That's awesome.
And it's great.
I'll have to revisit that one.
You really should.
Yeah, I should.
I proselytize for that film is that when I need a pick me up.
You're not the only one. I know
That's
other
the
people
one.
who love that movie
fucking
and tell me
genius.
how much they love it.
It's great.
So you'll have
Yeah.
to check it out again.
Yeah.
All right, that's a good one. So I got two left.
What do you
so
got?
I'm going to double dip.
Yeah, double dip.
All right, so one
And then
is,
we each have honorable mentions.
Yeah, then we're going to do a few
Yeah.
honorable mentions.
Yeah.
So my next one is a Charlie Kaufman movie
Oh, great.
adaptation,
Uh-huh.
which is about Charlie Kaufman trying to write a screenplay of this movie or this book about orchids, and he doesn't know how to do it, how to adapt the book to a movie,
So
and it's
good.
just brilliant.
It's
And
so good. It's so good.
He's created his own twin brother in the movie, who both of them are played by Nicolas Cage brilliantly.
Yeah.
And they're two hilarious characters, and the brother wants to be a screenwriter, and he's kind of learning how all the wrong ways.
Right.
And he wants to write a movie about someone with split personality. So you don't know for most of the movie whether the brother is actually his brother,
Right.
or if he just has like
Or
a
a
weird split personality
figment.
thing going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
hilarious.
it is.
It's a great movie. It's so deep. It's just, I love that movie.
It's crazy good, and like only a Kaufman script can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's layered. Meryl Streep is brilliant in it. Chris Cooper is great in it.
Yeah.
It's a terrific movie.
And it really does. It has like because of the writing, creating script thing. It has all this LA stuff in it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And it has a heart too. Like in the end,
No
you
doubt.
know, like it really does kind of somehow with all the craziness, somehow he spins it around.
He
and you're
manages
still
to get it pulled into the station.
yeah, you're still touched.
And
at
you
the
feel
end.
good at the end.
Yeah, it's great. It's a terrific work.
It truly is.
All right, and for my last one,
Yeah.
I'm going with a Martin McDonagh movie. Who I love him too. 7 Psychopaths.
Oh.
Another one about a screenwriter. A lot of mine are about Sunset Boulevard, Barton Fink adaptation, Psychopaths are all about screenwriters.
All about screenwriters.
How about that?
How do you like them apples?
Yeah. So 7 Psychopaths is written by and directed by Martin McDonagh.
Yeah.
Great cast
Great cast.
with, it's got Christopher Walken.
Chris
for one who's
Walken.
ridiculous.
Leading
in
the
it.
way.
Sam Rockwell.
Yeah. Who you love.
Great. I do love him.
You adore him.
Yeah, he's great. And my man Colin Farrell plays the screenwriter.
You also love him.
I do love him.
Yeah, he's great.
He's great. He's great in it. And he plays an alcoholic Irish screenwriter who's trying to write a movie about 7 psychopaths. And meanwhile, his friends are like these Christopher Walken and Sam Rockwell are his friends who run this dog kidnapping business where they kidnap dogs around LA and then sell them back. You get a ransom, they get the reward money back from the people they've stolen the dog from.
Jesus Christ.
And that's how they make a living.
Jesus Christ.
It's great. It's a great movie.
Oh my God.
So I highly recommend that one.
I bet.
And it's very LA. There's lots of LA locations in it, and they go out into the desert and smoke peyote. And it's just kind of it's movie making stuff in it, and it's just kind of like
it's a great call. It's totally an LA movie.
Yeah, it's a crazy, wild LA movie. It's not the best movie you'll ever see, but it's a lot of fun.
It's so fun.
Yeah, it's really fun.
I think it's great.
Woody Harrelson also is in it as the bad guy. He's great. Yeah, it's a fun movie.
Woody Harrelson's a great bad guy.
He really is.
He is.
Yeah, he can be really fun.
Totally.
Yeah.
And have you ever seen this movie? I just saw it recently. It's terrible, but it has your guy in it.
Okay.
You're Colin Farrell.
Uh-huh.
And this movie is called Phone Booth.
Oh, I've heard of Phone Booth.
Have you heard of it?
I've seen like a scene. I watched it on TV. A scene came on, and I was like, I don't know if I can get through this. It's
87-minute movie, so I was like, okay. I mean, it's not a huge commitment.
Yeah, right.
Let me give this a go.
Yeah.
And it's terrible.
Yeah.
But asking Colin Farrell to do a shit ton, and he's always very good.
Yeah.
And he was very good in this.
The premise is he's locked in a phone booth on the phone with a psychopath who's going to
blow his brains out. Psychopath sniper
who's going to blow his brains out if he leaves
the
phone booth
or does anything he shouldn't be doing.
Right. So it's just a phone call. The whole movie's like
and
a
he's
phone
just
call.
putting him through all these torturous endeavors
and
seeing if he'll last. And
right. It's kind of silly.
It's super silly.
Yeah.
It's super silly. But Colin Farrell.
There you go.
And I wanted to see if you had seen it or not. I think you should see it.
I've seen, like I
and
said,
then
I've seen
I think
a little
we should
bit of it.
talk about it minute by minute.
Only over the phone, though, with each of us in our own separate phone booths.
With a sniper trained on our location.
On each of us, yeah.
Totally.
That'll work.
Yeah. It's the only way that podcast is going to happen.
That's the only way. Yeah, it's the only way. Now, before we go to our honorable mentions, I wanted to mention two movies that I really like that are sort of the opposite, where LA goes to somewhere else and sort of infects the world that it goes into.
This is fun.
Yeah. One is one that you and I both know very well and love, which is Staten, Maine.
Staten, Maine.
Where a small village in Vermont is taken over by some Hollywood
types.
Hollywood types who are making a movie there.
They sure are.
And they infect sort of the whole town, and everybody becomes a Hollywood elitist and whatever, and the whole town gets turned upside down by their corruption.
Right.
Which is I love that because it's like taking LA out of LA and putting it somewhere else. And it ruins that place too.
Yeah, it's true.
Which is great.
It's true. It's a stance by old Davy Mammoths.
It is, yes.
Like, you know what I mean? This place will ruin you.
Yeah.
Whether it's there or not.
Right. Big critic of LA. And that's the part of the point of the movie, I think, is because he loves Vermont, lives in Vermont.
Totally.
And, he's showing that what happens when LA comes to Vermont, and he hates the movie business and all that nonsense, even though we got rich doing it, but whatever.
Yeah.
But it's a hilarious, great movie.
Yeah, totally. Totally.
And the other one is Gosford Park.
Oh, that's a beautiful movie. Yeah.
It's a great movie.
No, I love that movie.
A really fun murder mystery by Robert Altman.
Yep.
Where written by the guy who did that TV show.
Which one, buddy?
The one with about the old English house that people live in, or whatever. I can't think of what it's called. Julian Fellows is the guy who wrote it.
Oh,
and he did that TV show. Julian Fellows wrote the script for Gosford Park.
Okay,
and it's a great movie, and it's about part of it is about some film folks come to this old country manor,
right,
to talk about they're going to shoot a murder mystery, and they want to get the idea of what it's like to be in an old country manor for this murder mystery thing, and how that sort of affects all the people who live and work at this old country manor. It's really fun.
You meant Downton Abbey.
Downton Abbey. That's it.
What
Thank
you
you.
meant.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the people that live in the house.
Yes, they do. I told no lies.
No, so well described.
But I got to Julian Fellows, which I thought was pretty impressive.
You did. That's great. And I should rewatch this movie because I saw it a million years ago. But
it's so good. It's one of my favorites.
Because when did it come out? Like in the
90s.
90s, like early 90s?
I think late 90s.
Early aughts.
Oh, early aughts. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
It's a great movie. The cast is unbelievable. Helen Mirren.
It looks amazing. Maggie Smith, Ryan Phillippe.
Yeah, Bob Balaban plays the producer.
I love me some Bobby Balaban.
Oh my God, he's great.
Yeah, he is.
Jeremy Northam plays Ivor Novello, the famous movie star.
Yeah.
He's great.
Crazy.
It's a great cast. It's amazing. Great movie.
I love it.
Michael Gambon. I could go on and on.
You could.
I really could.
I've seen it happen.
Yeah, I love that movie. Okay, so you got some honorable mentions.
So you had those two movies where LA goes elsewhere,
right?
And that's nice.
Yeah,
and but we're wrapping that up, and we're
we're done on that. Unless you got one you want to share.
I don't really. I don't. I would have maybe, but I just didn't think about it.
Okay,
it just didn't occur to me.
Threw those in randomly.
So I had to go with. I'm just going to run these down quick. Good. Escape from LA and Battle of Los Angeles are both like you. Well, I mean, what are we doing here?
Right.
You know what I mean, Nicholas? What are we doing here, Nicholas? If we're not doing that,
we're
not talking about those movies. And then Swingers has always been a favorite of mine. I love that movie.
That's a good one.
It sort of makes fun of the LA lifestyle, like really hardcore. There's a ton of out of work actors.
Right.
Everyone drives everywhere in their own cars.
Right.
It really does have an LA vibe to it, and it's charming and clever and fun. And I've always loved that movie. And it feels like when that movie came out, and I was like, could I live in LA? Like that's, you know what I mean? Like it always feels like an LA movie to me. That
movie is like almost all vibes.
It's 100% vibes.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's vibes. Yeah.
And then Friday.
Oh, I don't know Friday.
You don't know Friday?
No. Is it about the guy from Dragnet?
Joe Friday. Yeah, 100%. No, it's an Ice Cube vehicle.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? And it's very LA, South Central LA centric. I feel like that was underrepresented in our list.
Good. I like that. Yes, I mean? That's good.
And Friday is a fucking laugh riot.
Oh, cool.
It's a comedy in the purest. They're not trying to make it anything but funny. And it's funny. Chris Tucker is in it. It's great. It's a great movie. It has made me laugh millions of times over the years.
I love it.
And it's got a real and it's like, it does have this like life in South Central is this. And it feels like an LA movie to me.
I love that.
And then Hurly Burly, we talked about that.
Oh yeah, Hurly Burly.
It's also made my honorable mentions. It's a great movie and it feels very LA to me.
I love Hurly Burly.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the play. I have not seen the movie. I haven't heard good things about the movie, I have to say.
Oh, is that right?
But
our pasty doughy bastards in it.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
Yeah, and the cast is amazing. Sean Penn and Pasty Doughy Bastard. I think Chaz Palminteri's in it.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, I'd like to watch it. I love the play, like I said. So
who told you it wasn't good? He said, stroking his goatee.
Nobody, just internet.
Oh, okay.
Just the general.
Well, you know what they like?
What?
Nothing. The internet hates everything.
True.
Okay.
All right, here's my...
You got honorables?
I do got honorables.
Let's do it.
One is, I just saw this movie recently, Billy Friedkin's To Live and Die in L.A.
To Live and Die in L.A., great movie.
It's the most 80s movie I think maybe I've ever seen in my life.
I loved it when I saw it.
Yeah, it's so 80s. William Dafoe is the bad guy.
You just saw this recently?
Just recently, a couple nights ago.
You just were like,
I've always wanted to see it, and it was just
nice.
there it's on Amazon Prime, so there it was. I was like, yeah, I'll watch that.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's really fun. Very 80s, and it is about sort of the cops are sort of infected by this LA thing, and they're corrupt to the core, and all that kind of stuff. And there's a pure cop who gets corrupted and all that kind of stuff. So really good. Get Shorty, which is all about...
Forgot all about that movie.
John Travolta plays a mobster, comes out from Miami to LA.
Right.
And sort of falls in, loves the LA lifestyle and everything, and sort of takes over.
Yeah.
It's really great.
Yeah.
Gene Hackman's fantastic in that movie.
Right, Gene Hackman is in that.
Yeah.
Fuck.
He's great. Yeah.
I should rewatch that.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Hail Caesar.
Oh, yeah.
Another Coen Brothers movie.
Hail Caesar.
Yeah, Hail Caesar is fun.
That's a good one. That's so good.
I don't love Hail Caesar. I like Hail Caesar, but I don't love it. I think it's really fun. But it's not like,
It is really fun. I guess that's what I mean.
Yeah, if I'm going for a Coen Brothers movie, it's not high up on the list.
I wouldn't call it a top 5 movie, but their movies is like Coen Brothers and then a pile of shit and then everything else. Like even their mediocre movies are still better than most.
That's right.
You know?
So definitely a lot of fun if you like that kind of Hollywood stuff. Really fun.
For sure.
And another Coen Brothers, The Big Lebowski.
Which
is such an LA movie. I love that movie.
God.
Like the dude.
Dude is an LA guy.
The movie opens with
Sam Elliott is an LA guy.
It opens with him shopping at Ralph's. You know what I mean? Which is the local chain of grocery stores out there. Totally. They put poor Donnie's body remains in a Ralph's coffee tin,
They sure do.
and dump them in the Pacific Ocean while they try to.
They try to. Yeah.
You know, so it's such an LA movie. That one I think is
I agree.
Epitomizes all the weirdness and strange things that happen in life, especially the scene where they go to see the guys dance piece or whatever, and then they go to In-N-Out Burger. I mean, is there anything more LA than
very
that?
LA.
I mean,
those two things. Yeah.
Falling Down.
Falling Down is a fucking great LA movie.
Yeah, I love
oh my
that
god,
movie.
yeah.
And it has some of those weird locations in it, like you find.
He's just walking through LA.
Yeah.
That's a great movie. It's like a tour of Los Angeles on foot.
Yeah, exactly. And he comes into those weird places, like when he goes to the Army Navy shop or whatever. That's very reminiscent of the shop in Pulp Fiction.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Another one's Body Double, which I like a lot.
Love that movie.
Yeah. It's a good, and it's got an actor. So the main character is an actor who has claustrophobia,
right?
You know, and all this stuff. And it's a very LA movie. It's all sorts of, we see him going to acting class and the movie business and blah blah blah. Really fun. A recent one is Drive, which I like a lot.
Drive's great.
Yeah, it's that's a good one. Here's another.
You got nothing else to say on Drive?
I mean, it's about a guy driving around. He's a stuntman. Another stuntman movie.
No, yeah, but Ryan Gosling's come up a few times.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know what you think of him.
I think he's great in Drive. I think he's terrific in that movie. I really do.
But it's that. You don't think he's always great.
I can't say I've seen enough of his stuff to say one way or the other, but I don't dislike him. I think he's great. Yeah.
Yeah. Watch The Nice Guys again.
I would like to see that again. Yeah. So Drive is really fun.
Yeah, it is.
Albert Brooks.
And if you like seeing a guy's head get liquefied in an elevator, he just stomps on that thing until it's just nothing but paste.
Albert Brooks is great in that movie.
Yeah.
Oscar Isaac has a little part in it.
For sure.
Yeah, really good movie.
I forgot Oscar Isaac was in it.
Here's another classic, Chinatown.
Chinatown.
It's a classic LA movie.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Nicholson. Like every Nicholson movie's got a little LA about it.
Yeah, that's
you know
true.
what I mean?
Yeah. But you see the orange groves. There's a scene where the chase scene in the orange groves and all that kind of stuff.
Yup.
And the water, you see the water thing where they have the water blah blah in that movie.
They got the water stuff.
The water stuff. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
What do you want us to do? It's Chinatown. Hey, it's Chinatown. You know, that's what it is.
Hey.
Put your hands up. You don't
It is what it is.
That's right. Another one's White Men Can't Jump.
Okay.
Which I love.
And I do too.
I think it has a very LA vibe to it also.
Now that you mention it.
The basketball courts and the sunshine.
Now that you mention it.
They're down at Muscle Beach hustling these guys and everything. And the scene where the guy goes and robs the bodega to get money to bet for the game.
That's
I love
right.
That. Yeah, it's great. And finally, Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights. I mean,
another fun LA movie.
Another quintessential LA movie.
Yeah. So those were my...
Paul Thomas Anderson.
I love that movie too.
That guy's great.
Yeah, it's a great movie. So that's the list. So if you're looking for more LA movies besides LA Confidential, well, I think we've saturated you with them.
We have saturated you. But no need to look outside of LA Confidential.
True.
All I say, just keep rewatching LA Confidential. Don't worry about any of these other LA movies.
That's right. Palm trees and warm sand. That's all you need.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, we hope you liked this little departure.
Yeah, it was a little dip dive. We dipped in. We dove through.
We're contextualizing. We're giving you the panoply of LA movies throughout history.
So good.
To kind of put LA Confidential in its spot, in its rightful place as the best of the LA movies.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, it's one of the best for sure.
I mean, it certainly is. It's easily arguable as the best of the movies we talked about today.
It's up there for sure.
Yeah. Easily arguable.
Yeah, easily arguable.
Yeah, but you had to be like, I mean, you did do that.
I did do that.
You did. You were like,
I had to think about it for a minute. You know, I had to kind of
okay, fair enough.
Think about it for a minute.
That usually just precedes like I don't agree. But if you were just thinking, I'll take it.
Okay, good.
I'll take it.
I was just thinking. That's all.
Yeah. You're right.
And before you know it, or longer than you know it, we'll be back again with another episode.
We are going to be back like in a flash or like in, months. In the time it takes for the sun to come up again.
Right.
Who knows?
You never know. But it'll be there.
I feel like we're doing good so far.
Yeah.
And it's early. Mm-hmm. It's early.
It is early.
Yep. A lot of game left.
That's for sure.
A lot of game to be played. But I think we're doing good.
I hope so. I think we are. I think we're
I
keeping
think
up our end of the
content
bargain.
is solid. I
sure.
think we're being regular-ish.
Yeah, regular-ish.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, we're good.
Good.
We're good. We're finding a rhythm. We're finding a vibe.
Shaking off the rust.
Shaking off the rust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. All right, cool. All right, well, in that case, keep in touch on our, easily findable Blue Sky account, or send us an email, that awful email address we have too.
Yeah, send us an email. That's what I want. I want emails.
That way we can print them out and circle words.
Yeah, that's right. We can frame them. Yeah, emails, please. Can't be printing out no blue skies. What do you even call those? It's not a tweet anymore. What is it?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Skeet.
It is not.
They're skeets.
Ugh.
Yeah, they're skeets.
Because that's like tweets, but with SK in front of it.
Skeets. Yeah, they're called skeets.
Gross.
I didn't think you were ready.
No, I did not like that. I'm sorry I asked. I am sorry I asked. Skeets.
All right, so skeet at us. Send us emails. Do whatever you need to do.
Skeet Ulrich is the only skeet I want. You give me a Skeet Ulrich, I'll take it. I don't want any other skeets. You know Skeet Ulrich?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Who doesn't?
I think sadly Skeet Ulrich.
Or his agent doesn't know enough people who know Skeet Ulrich, I guess. I don't
The
know.
great Skeet Ulrich.
Oh,
We're
so
gonna
good.
cast him next time, buddy.
Okay.
You be on the lookout for that. It's only because your finger is poised on the "we're stopping this podcast" button that we're not doing it right now.
God bless your finger.
All right, but I'm making a note on this post-it that says Skeet Ulrich, and I'll for sure know what that means tomorrow.
Perfect. All right, well, thanks, everybody. We hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye.